What would you like to be remembered for as a politician? Since you said you do not want to run again.
For now.
What would you want to be remembered for?
True legislative representation. Sean, for years, they look at lawmakers as what we are. Yes. I've seen the salary. I but what I do in my salary is on ground. Okay, that's one. Two, not just me, by the way. I'll tell a lot of young parliamentarians about this podcast, if you don't mind, so you can hear their side. Mm-hmm. They're great. I'm not the youngest lawmaker. He's 27 years old. Mm-hmm. Ibrahim Bello, he's in PDP, brilliant young man. There's Honorable Mukhtar Shagaya. You should have him here. And none of us took those SUVs.
Really?
But the kind of insult where we chop. Why should I take an SUV, Sean? If I say this now, what's the comment on the need?
Why wouldn't you take the SUV? It's an official vehicle.
You just said I'm a son of privilege. I've had SUV since I was working in Huawei.
So what about the money, the funds for?
That's another question. If you get the funds, what did you roll out to do with it? But everybody came off as if maybe some people, a lot got cars. A lot got cars. But you see, I read all my tweets. I reply at least 500 messages a day till today, from my people, because some of my constituents think it's okay to call you at 1 a.m. One guy will call me next to her, ask her and say, how are you today? And I had to tell him, I'm next to my wife. Are you okay? So you have to tell people this, but people just think because you're elected, you shouldn't say the truth or you shouldn't educate the citizens about them. And like, if you take the SUV issue, they want young lawmakers 3 weeks in chamber to stand up and tell senior lawmakers, we don't want your SUV. How can you rise if you do that? Is it strategically wise? No, but on principle, you can refuse to take it. On principle, you can complain.
So you refuse to take it?
Not just me. A lot don't have SUVs. A lot. But you see online, and the figure they were quoting in the news is even wrong. But a lot went with it. That we all took SUVs. That's not true. So I think, I understand why it's there. We have failed as leaders. And it's not an APC thing. It's not a PDP thing. It's a Nigerian thing. And there is hope. There's so much talent in this country. But if we're not honest with each other, if we're not honest, this thing will keep being recycled. And more leaders need to come out, engage. I know. I was in Kaduna 2 days ago. I walk around to my people. I don't shield away from them. And right there, I'll say, no, I'm not doing it. You're marrying a white? No, I'm not doing it. You want, a leader should be able to say the truth while making sacrifices. But one thing, the people that I represent know that they can call me any day and I'll pick up. They know that when palliatives are given to me, I'm not going to keep it from. Why? Do you understand? So that is what we need across board. We need a president, of course, that will do what is right. But what about your local government chairman? What about your councillor? What about your House of Assembly members? What about your rep members? This is how we need to start thinking. That's what I want to be remembered for. And God knows, so far, with all sense of humility, even though I didn't come off as humble in this interview, but I think maybe because you open with Twitter, with all sense of humility, I want my people to know that, and I can see it, honestly, in Kaduna North, I can see it. Now people will message and say, okay, Honorable, I know you're in plenary. Can I call you when you're out? Even things like this matter. I could have called you yesterday at 12. Like, Ebon, can I come today? But you're considerate. You're like, oh, he might be busy now. So we need to get back to